Sweet. Is the sound okay? Like you clear or like muffly? Sweet. Okay, let's go. You can put whatever music you're on because I just work out in silence. So, and it's gonna be really awkward because the video is like you can't really see the floor. So here we go. You're gonna start with cat cow. Okay, hopefully this works. So you want wrist to be right over the shoulder and your knees to be right under your hips. And then you're gonna drop your belly and look up to the ceiling and breathe in. And then you're gonna push away from the floor and round out through the back and then breathe out. And then you just do a couple of those. Look up, breathe in, and push out. Again. Yeah. Shoot through the hips, whatever. You're going to do a scapula push-up. So you push up position and out your elbows so they're straight. And you're going to drop your chest and then out and away. Dropping the two scapulas back. Drop the chest, push away. Those. Flip over, back, and good. You lay on your back. You want your feet like underneath your butt, and you're gonna tuck your pelvis underneath, so twisting your hips, and you're gonna push up to the top. You want to squeeze your butt at the top, so you should feel, and then pretend like you have to go to the bathroom. So you're holding your pee in, so you're squeezing everything through your hips and your glutes, and then you're gonna drop it back to the floor, and then you do that again. So you tuck the hips underneath, squeeze like you have to hold your pee in, push up through the floor. You should feel that activate through the glutes, and then coming back down. A few of those. Oh, also, I always forget to start your watch if you have a workout watch. Maybe yours will automatically connect. I always forget to start mine. And once your booty's on fire. Next one you're gonna do, this is just our warm up. Next you're gonna do is a side plank clamshell. So you're going on your elbow and you can bend your knees behind you or put your feet behind you, bend your knees. So you're in like a half side plank position. Then you're going to, keeping your feet together, you're going to lift up one knee and squeeze the top glute and then drop it back down. Lift up a knee, squeeze that top glute, and then drop it back down. Make sure that the hip doesn't get saggy. So you're actively pushing away from the floor with the elbow that you're using, and then squeeze through the glute. Do a few of those. Happy freaking New Year. Just gotta start out strong. Okay, then you should also be feeling not only that top glute when you squeeze, but that bottom glute from holding the hips up. You're gonna activate both hips. So that's good. You're feeling both sides. Okay, you're gonna do the same thing. Flip over. Do that same thing on the other side. So you're on your elbow, on your knees, pushing away. And then you're gonna squeeze top glute to lift the knee. Feet are staying together. Open up through the knee and come back down. Actively pushing away from the floor. And then you're gonna be eventually feeling both hips, but the top one is what you feel at the beginning. Called a side plank with a clamshell. The legs are doing a clamshell and you're gonna side plank. Okay, once your booty feels good, then you're gonna do a plank with alternating arm raise. So you're in plank position on your forearms. You're making sure you're level. So shoulder, hip, heels want to stay nice and straight line. And then you're gonna do alternating arms. Reach out in front of you and bring it back down underneath, pushing away. Reach out in front of you. Try not to shift too much in the hips. You want to stabilize the core. So you're squeezing through the core, actively pushing away. Reach out in front. Switch side. Okay, still more. Last one is a lunge pull. So you're going to lunge position, dropping one knee down, and in this deep position, you're going to come up like 3/4 of the way and then drop back down, not all the way to the floor though, so you're suspended in air the whole time. So this is standing all the way up. You want to go about 1/4 way down, drop it deep, back to 1/4, drop to deep, back to 1/4, and you're staying on one side. So you're just doing small up and down motion called lunge pulses. Hopefully you're dying as much as I am. Oh my God. Oh, this is just our warm up. So then once you feel good there, legs start to burn your still in your quad, maybe hip flexor. Yeah, over and do that same thing on the other side. So maybe not all the way up, you've got 1/4 of the way down, and then drop it deep without touching that back knee on the floor. And you're just doing up and down pulses. And tell me, start to feel quads are turning on, feeling more. And then, okay, and take out the legs. Okay, grab a drink, that's our warm up. The trusty water. Okay, first thing we're going to do this week, we're going to do a little testing. So first, we're going to test a minute time. If you have a timer, you're just watching, playing perfect plank. Perfect meaning you're on your elbows here and you pop up, you want to be straight, flat. You don't want to drive super high. You don't want to be saggy. You're perfectly vertical. So holding this position, we're going to time it. See how long you can. Okay, right? 3, 2, 1. And I have no idea how long I'm going to do this. But when you're in plank position, you're doing the same thing, pushing away from the floor. Don't let your saggy shoulders down, get saggy. So you go away in plank position. Then double drop your butt. Hold that perfect plank. The other thing, you don't want your back or your butt to arch. So I don't want to drop on my butt like this and feel it really through my lower back. You can think about like the front of your hip and the bottom of your rib are closing together. So you're nice and tight through your core and you're holding that in the plank position. And then you just see how long you can go. We're almost at a minute. If you started when I started. Last time I did this at G1 with a bunch of kids, there's probably 5 kids. And I held it for like 7 minutes and I was tanked. And my core hurt so bad for days. But I don't think my form was perfect, so I'm not gonna be able to go as long. I'm a little bit shaken. I'm breathing heavy. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a minute 20. Depends on where you're at. Oh, the other way is you probably are, if you're already done, it doesn't helpful. But if you need to modify it, depending on where you're at, you can just drop to your knees. That's totally fine and hold that still. You're still straight line from your shoulder, through your hip, through your heels, or through your knee at that point. Okay. I'm gonna go 20 more seconds and call it 2 minutes. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's our first testing. So record your time just so you have some data point of progress on how far you get. Then we'll test it in, well, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks, we'll see. Okay, that's our warm-up test for exercise. Whatever you have, bands, dumbbells. But the first one we're going to do, except some water bottles. So, okay, I'm going to put you back up. Does that work? Sweet. Okay, so get your dumbbells. You're going to stand. With your dumbbells, you're just going to hold to this. and at your shoulders. So if your elbows bent, dumbbells are on the elbow. I have a band, so I'm going to stand on the band and then do the same. So hold the handles where with dumbbell. You're going to do a squat to overhead press. So feet are about hip width apart. To test, if toes completely full, and you squat down, and if it pinches your hips, spread your toes out just a little bit, and then squat down. If it still pinches through your hips, you don't want to go more than about a 45-degree angle out with your toes. So play around in your squat is like toes straight forward or barely out to see if how it feels in your hips. Where your stance is for your feet just depends on the hip bones because they're slightly different. So squat to overhead press, and we're going to do 8 to 10 of those. Depends on if your legs are tank, just do 8 of them. If you feel good, go for 10. You're just going to squat into press overhead, biceps above your ears at the top, and then bring your dumbbells back down. So squat, press up overhead, go again. Squat, press overhead, squat, press. That's 4. Also, I'm the worst at counting. I just go by feel. So once you feel real tired, you can't get it up anymore. That's when I call it. Okay, that's the first one. And then we're going to do it's dumbbell arch. Since I don't have weight, I'm going to use a water bottle just to have something. You're going to stand on one leg. Weight is going to be in the opposite hand. So I stand on my left leg, weight's in my right hand, and I'm going to be, as my foot reaches back, I'm going to lean forward. So you're going to feel that 1, working balance, but 2, stretch through the hip, the hamstring, and then come back down. So the standing leg, as you lean forward, you're stretching through your hamstring on the back, and then coming back up, and then go again. So weight can come to the standing foot, and then drive back up, coming back down. Same thing, you're doing 8 to 10 of these on each side. So leaning, coming back down. Biggest thing, you don't want your hips to open up. So as you come down, you don't want to flare that top hip. You want to keep everything nice and flat through the back. So as you're leaning forward, you're straight, and then you come back up. You can also do this standing if it's too hard with one leg. You're just pushing the hips back behind you. Same thing, find that stretch in the hamstrings, and then drive the hips up and forward. This is called a Romanian deadlift. Come back up, so nice and tight through the core. Push back, drive back up. And then if you're doing single leg, switch arms, switch legs. If you're on one leg, you're going to lean forward, balance, stretch the hamstring, find a wall if you need to balance on something, but lean forward, stretch the hamstring, and then stand back up. And then breathing, if you come down, when you stand up, you breathe out. Then when you lean forward, breathe in, stand up, breathe out. So deep breath in through your nose, push up, breathe out. Okay. Those are 2. Oh man, it's called the Suitcases. So 2 exercises. We're back. Doing squat. Find your squat. Dumbbells are on the back of your shoulders or bands, holding palms face in. Overhead. So you come down, your knees drop actively. Open up the knees, feel the glute. You're pressing out through the knees up. My little scrawny noodle. Okay, that was probably. Let me see. Practicing, grab whatever you can find, or just do it standing. Down.
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny that they disconnect. I'm like, oh, let me see here. Okay. Are you breathing as hard as I am? Because I'm dying.
I kept going, yeah.
Good. Okay. You finished then? You done with your 3 sets? No? Okay. How's the balance?
Pretty good.
Good.
Ooh, as I fall over. Ooh.
Okay. Here we go. Cardio. Okay, here we go. Second set of exercises. We're gonna do Renegade row. I gotta put you back on the floor. There you go. Okay, so you're taking your dumbbells. I have water bottles. I have one water bottle. There's the other one. So taking your dumbbells. If you have dumbbells, you can hold both of them in your hand, and then you're in push-up position. Take you back a little bit.
Ooh.
So push-up position, you can hold both dumbbells. You're gonna pull your dumbbell to your pocket, then put it back on the ground, and then you can switch dumbbell to pocket, put it back on the ground. If you don't like holding the dumbbell, just go one big hand on the floor. You're gonna do all of them to one side, just repeating.
And then switch.
Dumbbell to pocket, And
Okay,
you're going to do 8 to 10 on each side. So it depends on how you're feeling. If you need a mod to your knees, but keeping shoulder, hip, knee lined up. So you don't want your butt up, so drop down and pull. So the dumbbell goes underneath the shoulder, and then you pull it to the side of your hip. You got 8 to 10. They're here. The other thing is actively push away from the floor. That's going to help keep your hips stable, so that when you go to pull that dumbbell, your hips aren't opening up and twisting. And you've done 8 to 10, switch sides, pushing away from the floor. Okay.
You're killing me here.
I know. Okay, then you're going to do a dumbbell upright row. So you're going to stand up. Dumbbells are going to be in front of you. Palms are going to face you. You're going to go wide elbows, keeping the dumbbells at your chest at the top. So standing, pull the dumbbells up to your clavicle. That's what it's called. Wide elbows, clavicle. Drop it back down. Wide, come back down. You have 15 of those. I'm going to do it with a band because water bottles are little. Yeah. So you should feel this in your deltoids, shoulders.
Okay.
And then you're back to Renegade row.
It's right here. It's
Okay.
like on fire.
Oh, my little arms. I can't pull anymore. Back to Renegade row.
Hey.
Oh. Okay, here we go. Okay, I can barely get 10.
Oh.
I'm gonna call it a 10. And one more set.
There's some of these that I'm like, I can do this. I do this every day when I lift my kids. And then I get to number 10 and I'm like, I don't do it 10 times.
Yes. Yes. Especially like the first 3, you're like, oh, easy, in the bag. And then you get to 8 and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Brutal. Don't hips open up. So you have a 10.
I can hear
Okay. Oh, so obnoxious.
you.
Upright row. Palm facing, squeeze, and then make sure you fall through the shoulders. Take core. Okay, let's do 10 of those. Okay, this is our full body. So we hit the legs, we hit arms, and we have a core circuit. We have 9 minutes and 45 seconds for Zoom kicks now. So here we go. Grab drink if you need one. Okay. Almost there. Happy January 1st.
Woohoo!
Going strong. Okay, you're going to start every 20 seconds. We're going to change exercises. And you're going to lay flat on the floor. You're going to start with sit-ups. So flexing through the rectus femoris. No, that's your quad. Abdominals. Remember what it's called? Ready? Set. Go. So squeezing through the abs and then coming back down. Because I do the same thing. I have to hit my abs. So I'm like, okay, engage. Helps the mind-muscle connection. Squeeze. 5 seconds. Then you're going to lift up your knees to 90 degrees. Ready? Set. So keep stretching, but knees are at 90 degrees. Good. Back so sweaty. Sounds like
This one sucks.
You got 5 seconds, and then you're going to go toe touches. So legs straight up, keep crunching. And go. Legs up in the air. Crunch. Squeeze.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then you're going to do leg raises. So you can put your hands underneath if you need modification, but you're dropping heels to the ground and then squeeze legs up overhead. Drop the legs. If you need to modify, just bend the knees and drop your heels and then lift your heels up. So knees at 90, doing that same thing, but focus on moving from your hip. Squeeze the legs up. In advance, go without hand. Okay, then you sit up on your sacrum, so you're leaning backwards, and you in out. So you're reaching out and then squeeze, close legs. So legs go out, laying down, and then squeeze. Too much, put your hands behind. Just kick your legs out and then pull your knees in. So hands behind to support, and then just kind of push the legs straight, and then squeeze up, knees to the chest. Legs are straight, knees to chest. Or one leg at a time. If you need to, depends on where you're at.
I have no ab muscles, girlfriend.
4 kids will do that. Okay, then this one is called chinnies. You're gonna lay on your back, and you're going to reach, trying to come all the way up. But if your abs aren't strong enough, you're just gonna twist, like do an oblique twist. Right elbow to left knee, lay back down. Oblique twist, left elbow to right knee, lay back down. So big thing, if you're laying completely flat, just get your shoulder off the ground. So I'm lifting my shoulder down off the ground, reach into the opposite knee.
Okay.
end goal is to be able to come all the way up, elbow to knee, all the way up, elbow to knee. I don't know, it's like 20 seconds. Rest. And then we have 5 minutes and 49 seconds. So we're gonna do that one more time. 2 minutes, and then we'll do a stretch. And you done? So like the floater head, it's lovely. Like, okay, hey. Okay. Last one, ready or not?
Okay.
Feel it tomorrow. Laying completely flat. Okay, we're gonna go in 5 seconds. Starting with sit up crunches. Ready, set, go. But like to, yeah, like you were doing, you squeeze, feel the core with your fingers, help the mind muscle connection. Then the other thing is you can think like nose to ceiling when you lift. So reaching your nose up to the ceiling rather than reaching down. And switch to 90 degrees. I'm so sweaty when I squish my back between the mat. It sounds like I'm okay, go toes straight up, toe touches. This is where it counts. When you're super tired. 10 seconds. Your hands up, squeeze. You keep your wrists and your hips together. So your back really is bringing the knees to the heels and jump that the back. Now squeezing together. Huh? Drop.
What's my head?
And then just cases. So take your squeeze up as you're doing leg up, squeeze, and alternating. And then you got chinnies laying all the way flat, trying to get your shoulder blade off the floor, elbow to knee, lay flat again. Elbow to knee, shoulder blade off the ground, shoulder laying back down. And time. Well done, well done. Give it 47 seconds to stretch. What do you feel like you need to stretch? What's tight? Hips, quads?
Right behind my knees. Like
Go
the
for the
bottom of my quads.
Okay, actually, sorry, lay down. Flat on the ground and grab right behind the knee. And you're going to pull it in, stretch. And you're going to bend the knee and then kick it out again. So bend the knee and kick it out. So actively pulling the knee to the chest and then bend and kick, bend. Okay, then with it straight, with your legs somewhat straight, you're going to point your toe and then flex your toe really hard. Point the toe, flex the toe, and that should get that spot.
Yep.
And do that same thing on the other side. So hold in, bend, flex at the knee. And then point the toe, flex the toe. Okay, now while since you're here, go ankle on your knee and pull it towards your chest. You can stretch thing on the side, including opposite knee. Good.
You're awesome.
Why you let me stream tomorrow and whole
Okay.
I don't know if